The Western diet, a diet developed around what is fast and easy and dominated by low-cost and highly processed food. However, the convenience of this diet comes at a price. The rates of obesity and other metabolic diseases like heart disease and diabetes are on the rise. The World Health Organization projected in 2005 that 1.6 billion adults were overweight and at least 400 million were obese. These numbers were expected to rise to 2.3 billion and 700 million in 2015, according to Hugh and Mal. While many suggest various reasons for this increase, such as sedentary lifestyle, there is another culprit lurking in our midst: sugar. Sugars come from carbohydrates and take one of two forms, simple or complex. Examples of simple sugars include honey or candy. Examples of complex sugars include starches such as pasta and grains. Now, it's true that sugar adds a sweet taste to many foods, which makes consuming them more enjoyable, and this may help to improve the quality of children's diets. But sugar can be addictive, acting on the brain in similar ways as alcohol, tobacco, and encouraging the body to eat more. With its addictive properties, it's no wonder that sugar consumption has increased through the years. In 1776, at the birth of the United States, Americans consumed 4 pounds of sugar per person each year. By 1850, the number had risen to 20 pounds, and by 1994, it rose even further to 120. While the cause of increased sugar intake is multifaceted, there are a few recognized driving forces. Urbanization, as well as income and our socioeconomic status, has played a role in our access to processed foods. Lastly, sugar-sweetened beverages, such as sodas, are the leading contributor to added sugar consumption for all age groups. While the increase of added sugar in the diets of many worldwide are complex, scientists have found that it is linked to an overall decrease in diet quality, an increase in body weight and obesity, and the development of cardiovascular disease and its risk factors. Sugar is harmful when consumed in excess, especially in large amounts. Various clinical trials have found that individuals who consume high amounts of added sugar tend to gain more weight and have higher risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and cardiovascular disease. Sugars add calories to our diet, but have no other nutritional value. The problem is that sugar is added to nearly all processed foods, limiting the choices consumers have in their diet. According to the American Heart Association, sugar-sweetened beverages are the largest source of added sugars in the American diet, followed by grain-based desserts, fruit drinks, dairy desserts, and candy. The American Heart Association suggests a can of regular soda packs about 35 grams of added sugars, equivalent to 8 teaspoons or 140 calories. This exceeds the recommended daily intake amount of 6 teaspoons of sugar for women and meets the recommendation of 9 teaspoons per day for men. Drinking 1 can of soda each day would be fine if that was the only source of sugar a person consumed. However, many are drinking twice or 3 times that amount. Not only does added sugar intake have severe consequences on our health, but it can also be economically costly. Currently, excess body weight is the 6th most important risk factor contributing to the overall global burden of disease, and 1 out of 3 children in the United States is overweight or obese, triple the rate of 30 years ago. Each year, the United States spends an astounding amount of money on preventable diseases associated with obesity. There are recommendations for the amount of sugar a person consumes each day. The American Heart Association recommends that women should not consume more than 6 teaspoons or 100 calories per day of sugar. They also recommend no more than 9 teaspoons or 150 calories of sugar be consumed per day for men. While many consume well over the recommended amount, the good news is that number is going down. Today, the national consumption rates of added sugars is decreasing. Overall, it is important to limit sugar intake as best you can. This doesn't mean you can never have it, but rather that it should be balanced with plain water and a variety of foods that are high in nutrients. Sugar can be a very addictive substance, one that can have severe consequences if consumed in excess. It's important to be aware of the amount of sugar you are consuming. Having too much can cause metabolic diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and cancer. But it's okay to have sugar every now and then. After all, what would life be like without a little sweetness?